What if your biggest fear isn't failure, but success? I know it sounds strange. Everyone says they want success, a better life, peace, recognition. But what if deep down, you're scared of what success might actually change? Think about it. Have you ever noticed that right when things start going well, something inside you quietly pulls back? You procrastinate. You doubt yourself. You suddenly feel undeserving. That's not laziness. That's not a lack of willpower. It's your unconscious mind protecting you from expansion, from visibility, from becoming someone new. Carl Jung once said, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. And sometimes, success forces us to meet the parts of ourselves we've been running from. So I want you to stay with me to the end, because by the time you finish this video, you'll see why some people fear success more than failure, and how you can stop that invisible force that's been holding you back. And hey, if you love exploring the hidden layers of the mind and human behavior, make sure to subscribe now. You'll find every video here takes you one step deeper into your own transformation. Most people say they want success, but if you look closely, what most really want is safety. Because success changes things. It shakes your world. It brings visibility, expectations, and the risk of losing comfort. If you've lived most of your life in survival mode, your nervous system gets addicted to the familiar, even if the familiar is struggle. So when life finally starts feeling good, your body doesn't relax. It panics. That's what psychologists call upper limit behavior. It's that unconscious self-sabotage that appears right when everything starts to click. You might get sick before an opportunity, lose focus before promotion, push away someone who's actually good for you. It's not that you don't want happiness. It's that somewhere deep inside, happiness feels unsafe. Carl Jung believed what we fear in success isn't the achievement. It's the transformation that comes with it. Because real success doesn't just give you more. It asks you to become more. It asks you to outgrow your past identity, to face the shadow inside you that whispers, you're not ready, you're not enough, you don't belong there. So before success expands your outer world, it first tests your inner one. That's why it feels so threatening to the ego, even when your mind says you want it. Stay with me till the end, because in the next part, we'll go even deeper into why the ego resists success and how to finally break free from that hidden fear. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe right now. Because this journey we're taking, it's about unlocking the version of you that's no longer afraid to rise. The ego, that inner voice that says, this is who I am, loves one thing above all, control. It builds its identity from what's familiar. It repeats old stories, old habits, old emotions, because familiarity feels safe. But success challenges all of that. It whispers, you are capable of more. And to the ego, that's terrifying, because every new level of success demands a new version of you. You can't step into expansion while clinging to who you used to be. Carl Jung described this journey as individuation, the process of becoming your true self. But to do that, something false inside you must die. That death is what the ego fears most. So right when success is within reach, the ego panics. It whispers, this is too much. I'm not ready yet. It builds distractions, excuses, guilt, anything to pull you back into the comfort of your old identity. Because success isn't just an external event. It's an internal rebirth. And rebirth always feels like loss at first. Think about it. To succeed, you must be seen. To be seen, you must be vulnerable. And to be vulnerable means risking judgment, envy, even distance from people who are comfortable with your smaller self. That's why so many people quietly choose to stay small. It's not a lack of ambition. It's a fear of transformation. A fear that if they grow, they'll lose who they were. But here's the truth. Staying small doesn't protect you. It only keeps you unfulfilled. If this message is striking a chord, pause for a second and subscribe. Because here we explore the deeper layers of the psyche, the parts of you that long to expand but fear being seen. And trust me, what's coming next will help you see that your fear of success isn't weakness, it's a doorway. Stay with me. Carl Jung had a powerful insight. We all carry a shadow, the hidden side of our personality. It holds everything we've rejected or suppressed. Our ambition, power, confidence, and sense of worth. from a young age. Many of us were taught that humility means shrinking, that wanting more is selfish, that standing out makes others uncomfortable. So we buried those parts of ourselves. We learned to smile while hiding our strength, to dim our light so others wouldn't feel small. But here's the paradox. The very qualities we repress are the same ones success requires. When success starts knocking, the shadow begins to stir. It brings up guilt, imposter syndrome, or fear of outshining others. That quiet voice whispers, if I shine too brightly, I'll be rejected. And so we hesitate. We hold back. But Jung taught that to become whole, we must integrate the shadow, not deny it. That means saying, yes, I'm ambitious. Yes, I want more. And that doesn't make me bad. Because real humility isn't hiding your gifts, it's honoring them. Ask yourself right now, what would happen if I allowed myself to be fully seen? What if I stopped apologizing for my potential? The fear of success fades when you stop judging the parts of yourself that want to rise. Your light and your shadow are not enemies. They are two sides of the same truth. And when you finally embrace both, success stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling like alignment. If you're still watching, it means something in you is ready to grow. So stay to the end, because next, we'll explore why success feels unsafe on such a deep emotional level, and how your early experiences silently shape your comfort with expansion. And before we move on, make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss the next part. It's where understanding turns into transformation. For many people, the fear of success doesn't start in adulthood. It begins much earlier, often in the quiet corners of childhood. Maybe you grew up in a home where standing out brought criticism instead of praise. Maybe the moment you did something great, someone else got jealous or angry. Or maybe you were taught, directly or indirectly, that good things don't last. That joy always comes with a catch. So your nervous system learned a simple but powerful lesson. Being visible equals being unsafe. And even now, as an adult, that same pattern runs quietly in the background. Every time success comes near, the body remembers what the mind has long forgotten. This isn't weakness. It's emotional conditioning. Your mind remembers stories, but your body remembers reactions. Carl Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. That means your fear of success isn't destiny. It's a pattern waiting to be seen, understood, and healed. When you begin to notice that your hesitation doesn't come from laziness or lack of drive, but from old protection mechanisms, everything starts to shift. So the next time you catch yourself pulling back when things start going well, pause, breathe, and ask gently, what am I afraid to lose by succeeding? Because that question is where your healing truly begins. And if this message is hitting home for you right now, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's a small action, but it helps more people just like you, find the courage to grow beyond fear. Stay to the end, because we're about to uncover the invisible pattern that keeps you looping back, the sabotage cycle that makes success feel like an uphill battle. Fear of success doesn't always look like fear. Sometimes it wears the mask of procrastination, overthinking, or waiting for the right time. You start projects but don't finish them. You plan, dream, and talk, but somehow the follow-through never happens. That's not laziness. That's the ego's quiet strategy for self-protection. Because to the ego, success is dangerous. It means visibility, risk, change. So instead of letting you expand, it keeps you circling the same familiar ground through self-sabotage. You might even notice strange patterns. Right before something big happens, chaos appears out of nowhere. A sudden argument, a distraction, a problem that just can't wait. These moments aren't random. They're your unconscious trying to pull you back to safety. It's like your inner thermostat resetting whenever life gets too good. But here's the truth. Every time you stop yourself from rising, you teach your brain that expansion equals danger. And that's how success becomes exhausting. How it starts feeling like the enemy of peace. The way out isn't to force yourself harder. It's to meet your fear with compassion. Because you can't bully yourself into growth. You can only understand yourself into it. Look at your fear and say, I see you. I know you're trying to protect me, but I'm safe now. That simple awareness begins to rewire everything. It's how inner alchemy begins, turning fear into fuel, hesitation into power. If this resonates with you, take a second to subscribe, because next we're going to go even deeper into how to reprogram your subconscious mind to actually feel safe in success. And that's the key, not just achieving success, but being at peace with it. Keep watching. The transformation is just beginning. Carl Jung believed that integration, not repression, leads to wholeness. You can't just think positive your way into success. You have to make success feel safe, not only in your mind, but deep within your body. Start by visualizing what success actually feels like, not the applause or rewards, but the quiet reality of it. Notice what arises inside you. Do you feel excitement or pressure? Joy or tension in your stomach? That tension isn't wrong. It's your nervous system saying, "This is unfamiliar." Instead of resisting it, breathe through it. Show your body that growth is not danger, it's expansion. The next step is your environment. If the people around you only celebrate you when you're small, your nervous system will link success with isolation. So find spaces where evolution feels normal, where ambition isn't judged, and where confidence isn't seen as arrogance. Success doesn't demand you to prove anything. It asks you to become yourself. And when you begin to align with that truth, success stops feeling heavy. It starts to flow, naturally, quietly, peacefully. So if you're still watching, you've already begun that shift. You're not running from success anymore. You're learning to feel safe in it. Subscribe if this resonates. This space is for deep thinkers, quiet achievers, and those learning to stand tall in their own light at its core. Success isn't about status, money, or recognition. It's about alignment. It's the visible reflection of your inner wholeness. Carl Jung once said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." That's what real success means, not becoming more, but becoming true. The fear of success, then, is the fear of seeing your own light. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't go back to pretending you're smaller than you are. That's why success feels spiritual. It's not about effort, it's about surrender. Not giving up, but giving in to your highest truth, your fullest expression. When you stop chasing success and start embodying it, life rearranges itself. You attract opportunities that match your authenticity. You stop forcing and start flowing. So let success become an act of alignment, not ambition. When you live as your truest self, success doesn't need to be achieved. It naturally unfolds that here's the truth. You don't really fear success. You fear transformation. You fear becoming someone powerful, visible, and completely free. But every time you shrink to stay safe, you drift further from your soul's calling. Carl Jung taught that the unconscious always moves us toward wholeness, no matter how much we resist. That means your desire for success isn't vanity. It's destiny. It's your deeper self trying to emerge through you. So take a moment. Breathe. Imagine the version of yourself who no longer doubts, hides, or hesitates. The one who trusts their own timing, their own voice, their own worth. That version already lives inside you, waiting for permission. Success doesn't change who you are. It reveals who you've always been. And maybe that's the real journey. Not chasing the world's definition of success, but remembering your own. If this message touched something within you, subscribe and share it with someone who needs this reminder too. You're not afraid of success. You're awakening to it.